All right, everybody. As you come in, hit the like. Hit the like button. Let me look and see if we get the notification. Yep. Let's get it. Citizens, it's that time. You are officially in the incinerator. Welcome to Insync and Common Sense, the live streams that we do here on the Alert Zone TV. Shout out to everybody that be checking in. Shout out to you, Jason Ewan. I'm gonna give everybody a couple minutes to pile on up in the room here. We are on location in, excuse me, I believe this Manuka, Illinois. Right in that area. Definitely. As you come in, hit the like button. As a matter of fact. Yeah, hit the like button as you guys and girls come in, if you don't mind. Give me just a second. Like button as you guys and girls come in. Just a second. Like button as you guys and girls come. Alright, Ronnie Vash, I see you. We got 5 people in the room. I give everybody a couple more minutes, and then we'll start. Gotta fix my incense burner. This one, I cracked the damn top of it, as you guys and girls can see. I cracked it, so. Definitely hope everybody is good. Nothing much, Ronnie. Nothing much, Jason. I'm just chilling, man, out here trying to do the work. I said I wanted to try and do more live streams. If you're in the chat room now, if you're watching now, first off, before I say that, shout out to the brother that I met in Altoona, Iowa at Lineage Cold Storage earlier. I didn't get your name. You be safe out there on that road heading to Massachusetts. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. If you listening live, or if you see this later, you hit me in the comment section and let me know what you think about it. Second off, once again, just shout out to everybody that sees this, whether you get to see it live or you catch the replay. I am working on getting better with StreamYard and trying to set it up where sometime in the next couple weeks, I'm going to start doing live streams where it's going to be like a open to the public, open floor type deal where you guys and girls can come in and join the conversation if you want. I don't want to be, I know this is the nutritionist channel. This is the Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. And a lot of times people don't want that. But still. Yeah, I'm in the sleeper, sitting in the back. This is the mobile office right now. You know what I'm saying? I just thought doing more live streams. Just so I can kind of get the feel of the people. People can get the feel of me. It seems people are more engaged in live streams. I know it's sometimes a little bit easier than to catch the videos that I post. Another thing that made me want to do more live streams is YouTube's policy about firearms and live streams. You can't do that. You can't show them off in live streams. You can't live show yourself shooting. So I'm trying to get it down to where I'm doing not as much just film content, where I can do a lot more live streaming. That's just as the time and the places permit. As you guys know, I drive a truck for a living, so sometimes I'm somewhere where I got really good reception and I have the time and the energy, and sometimes I don't. And I think it would be very disrespectful to the people that support this channel to give y'all a half-ass live stream because I'm too tired to keep my eyes open. I'm definitely gonna get my 10 hours. I've been parked here for a little bit, and I ain't gonna roll to nowhere till in the morning. I'll be heading on out to Ohio, so shout out to Interstate 80. I'm gonna be on Interstate 80 tomorrow, so shout out to Joliet. I know y'all might say Joliet, Joliet. We say in New Orleans. Shout out to Joliet. I'm coming through Gary, Valparaiso, South Bend, Elkhart, Toledo. I'm coming all through there, man. I'm definitely coming all through there. So you know, like I said, it's actually warm up here in the Midwest right now. I know in Iowa, this Sunday just passed, I believe was the first time in central Iowa that it got above zero since the new year. The end of December, when I got back from Texas, it was already pretty cold. And New Year's Day, it was cold, and I believe it's been below zero for about the last 2 months. It's been really cold. We having this Midwest heat wave right now. It's in the 60s. Well, during the day, it's been in the 60s up here. I was in Oklahoma yesterday, and I was in Kansas, and man, it was warm out there. Shout out to OKC. I was in Seminole, Oklahoma yesterday at the Bar S Foods down there. I hit Wichita yesterday. I went on out to Kannapolis, Kansas. So, you know, the reason that, you know, you guys can see the background where I'm at, but I like to talk about the places I go to. Is sometimes I may come in places that you guys and girls live in. I might have had experiences in your town. So let me go ahead on and get into it. Oh, thank you, Get Some. I appreciate that. Like I said, we here in Alert Zone TV, this is the nutritious content. It's the cauliflower and Brussels sprouts. You don't always get excited for it. Sometimes it's got to be pickled. But you know what? You need it because it's good for the body. So let's just get into it. So, you guys, if you don't know the story, I'll tell it. The first time I ever shot a gun, I was 7 years old. It was a Larson 25. To my New Orleanians, I was on the Ferry Place. You guys know, if you're from New Orleans, the Ferry Place is in Pigeon Town in the hole back there. They used to let us shoot for New Year's. And my uncle let me shoot his 25. And, you know, he hold my hand and what have you. And so when I became of legal age, I started buying firearms. At the time I bought my first firearm, I didn't make a big deal at the time of doing a collection. But as time moved forward, I started buying. And then when I moved to Iowa and kind of got settled in with some things, I really started buying. And that's how tonight's topic came. Necessity versus collection versus addiction. Which one do you think you have? Right now, I'm going to be honest. I think I'm in that addiction stage. And addiction can be like, you go into a store that sells firearms, and it's almost like you lose it. As they say, kid in the candy factory, or like a junkie in a free dope house. You just lose it. I mean, addiction is where you make so many impulse buys. So when I did a video, I remember somebody laughed at me, but hey, I don't care. I did a video where I talked about the bare minimum firearms. What I thought that you should have just as your bare minimum. 2 pistols, because you're more than likely going to wind up protecting yourself with a pistol, because you'll probably encounter something out in the street faster than you will in your home, although these days a lot can change. I also talked about 2 pistols, a rifle, and a shotgun was a necessity. That's bare minimum. Then I talked about graduating, but in today's world, and as I do this content more and go to other channels and get in y'all comment section and listen to y'all videos and stuff, I start thinking, what is the line between necessity, addiction, and collection? When do you feel like you get to, I'm at the line, I'm past what I need? Now I'm just addicted to firearms, or I'm collecting firearms. Where is that line? I used to think it was a bare minimum of 4 firearms and that was that, but I'm starting to get in the mind frame, and maybe this is my firearm addiction of telling me, really, there's no such thing as a necessity. And I try and, tell myself this. When you're addicted to buying firearms, you do a lot of impulse buys. You go out and spend money on guns, sometimes that you don't have. Or you go wind up buying guns you don't actually have a use for, and you don't even have a plan of ever wanting. And you go buy one anyway. I do have a few impulse buys. I do have a few guns in my collection that I just walked in the store and said, I'm going to buy something today. It's kind of like that deal of people say I had a good week at work, or I'm feeling good. I done saved my little allowance money that I give myself every week or every month or however you do that. And right about that. Stocks and bonds. You're right about that. I'm going to get to that in just a minute. Thanks for that comment. And I find myself to the point, like, you guys, if you went on my community tab, you should check out the community tab, because that's where I just make posts. I'm not going to say daily, but I post stuff. I love polo shirts. I love Ralph Lauren shirts. I love Ralph Lauren clothing. That's what I wear. I wear classic fit clothes. You guys seen the picture of me in the yellow pants with the Ralph Lauren shirt. I just love that. And then I posted a polo and a pistol. I've gotten to the point now where if I decide I want to go treat myself to something, it's a firearm. That's how I know I got an addiction. It's a firearm. Oh, well, I haven't had to do this, and that. Everything has panned out so well. You know what? I'm going to treat myself to a gun today. And that's how I wind up, I think, with more 9mm than I ever planned on buying. For the collection side, yeah, you're right. Ralph Lauren and Nautica. For the collection side, I think for a lot of us, that's the hardest part to maintain. Because when you're a collector, most of the time, there is some pieces in particular you're looking for. You have a list. Hey, I want this particular gun for this particular reason. Like New Jack City. My IWI Uzi 22. I still carry it. I wanted that to my collection because that I had to have one of those. But when you be addicted to them, it's like you'll walk in the store and buy something, in your mind, you done said several times, oh, nice buy, I don't want that shit. Oh, man, I would never buy that shit. The RXM Ruger, I'm going to be honest. I just happened to see a video about it, and walk in the store. I didn't go looking for it. I seen one and said, okay, I'm gonna get one. You guys and girls know. Yep. Yeah, you're right. And it just be like that sometimes. Like, sometime on my day off, if I have the time, I used to window shop or go around to the different stores and buy things I like or check out what's new. I find myself doing that with firearms now. You guys and girls have seen me at Tyson's in Marshalltown where I live. I think I've posted videos on this channel. If not, I will. Sometimes I go in there just to see the guns in there. Sometimes I used to drive to Des Moines just to look at guns. Nothing else. All the way to Des Moines. An hour and something ride from my house just to go fucking look at guns. Now that I go to Daryl's in State Center, that's about a 25-minute ride from the house. Yeah, you know what? The ammo addiction, I had that, and then the pandemic hit, and it stopped me. I used to go and buy $100 worth of ammunition every week. Didn't matter what rounds I had, caliber, and this was before the pandemic, so you can get ammo. The best ammo was still really cheap. And before I know it, I had so much of damn ammo, and because they had unbeatable deals on 9mm, I think that's part of what fueled this 9mm addiction, because I had so many damn 9mm rounds at the house. So now 9mm has come back down in most places to pre-pandemic prices, because during the pandemic there's no way in the world I was paying no $100 or $75 for no 50 round of full metal jacket 115 grain 9mm. But I wanted to get to another comment that was posted, and I think like with GunTube and I wanted to, before GunTube became as popular as it's getting, now that we've started doing this, GunTube, and it's become such a popular genre, the value of firearms, old, is going up. Not the new ones as much, but now it's almost like a gun comes out. I'll give you an example, a Draco. I bought one. I'll get around and get a chance to get to the range so you guys can see it. I don't remember if it's the fucking micro or the regular. It's just a fucking Draco. I walked in the store and saw it and said, oh, I didn't know you had that Draco. And yeah, I'll get there. Can't just let anybody get in my mouth, you know. Last time I did that, yeah, I almost had to go to the emergency room. But eventually I'm gonna take these goals out. I just got a big teeth, all right? Nevertheless, I bought a Draco, and I actually wound up paying more for it now than I would have if I would have first bought them. Those things are already like $1,000 now. I said, you gotta be kidding me. The price on, shout out to a regular gun guy, because I was listening to him earlier, and some of the people in the comment section was talking about how the price of certain firearms have went up. It's like now, yeah, them damn Dracos. And I didn't know what a Draco was. You know, I'm like a lot of y'all. I heard about it in a fucking rap song. Okay. You know what? The first time I saw a Draco, I didn't know what it was. This was probably 2000, I want to say 16 or something like that. I seen a little AK pistol, and they had the braces back then that velcros around your arm, if you know what I'm talking about, where you hold the gun and the brace came back and you can velcro it around so you don't drop it. They was trying to sell me one of them, and I was like, man, I'm not buying that shit. You know, I ain't got no use for it. And well, I started hearing about what a Draco actually was, and I started seeing these different channels, and you know, people have mixed thoughts about them. Some people say a Draco is badass. I know it's a badass round. Some people say it's useless. Some people say you put the braces on them. I know it got mixed reviews. And I was like, well, I don't plan on ever getting one, so it don't matter. And being goddamn addicted and bug-eyed, I walked in the store and saw one. And I said, oh, that's one of those Dracos, right? And she said, yeah. So let me see it. Yeah, I'll take it. I got it for $850. I got it for $850. I asked one of my relatives how much he got his for. He had got his when they first became popular. He said he got his for $600. It's like, damn. So I started asking around to people I know that's into firearms, and everybody was like, yeah, the price then went up. Shout out to Atumare Outdoors, because he had hit me in the comment section too and let me know, yeah, them damn things, whoever said that already, Family First Gun Club, what's up? We chilling. Family First Gun Club, you right. Them damn things is $1,000 now. Used, you can't find them nowhere less than $1,000. So this is my advice to everybody that's addicted or in collection. If you see a firearm you like, get it. You never know how down the line, how sought after that firearm is going to be. Especially if it's a well-functioning firearm, it'll make the price go up on them. Now, you guys know, all right, thank you, Joe. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for checking in. We appreciate you being here. As you come in, hit the likes, get the likes up. And share this too. If you believe in what you hear here, or if you don't like it, and you think of what you hear on this channel is bullshit, you can still share it. Zastava AKs have double. Okay. So I said to myself, I got the Canik Elite Combat Executive, and I noticed the prices start to ease up. And on a regular gun guy earlier, I heard somebody say in the comment section, somebody put that the Canik Whiteout now is already going for like $1,300. They was like $600-700 when they first came out, you know. So for those of you who want to do this for investment purposes, understand this. If that's what you really want to do, because some of these firearms are going to appreciate. Don't let nobody talk you out of it. You're going to hear people telling you you're fucking stupid. Man, you're in them fucking stupid guns and blah, 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 blah. I have several firearms that the price have went up on. And I was surprised, you know. My Ruger SR45. I had somebody offer me, after I let him shoot it, double of what I paid for it. I got it brand new. Out the gun show, $300. Never been fired. It's not the best gun in the world, I understand that. But because a lot of people, shout out to Dexter Norman, by the way, too. If you catch this on the replay or if you drop in, man, I really appreciate you. You always checking in on the brother. The SR series is better than people thought it was. I've never let somebody shoot my SR45 that didn't like it. So that's kind of how that went. I never let nobody shoot it that didn't like it, that said, oh man, I don't like that gun. So I've had people offer to pay more for a firearm that I own than I have, I just won't sell them. But if times ever get hard, you know what I mean? Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, a lot of these firearms, and especially now, because with GunTube, the gun manufacturers starting to see there's way more people that's into the Second Amendment, but they also starting to see that there's a whole lot of people that love other things besides just Glocks. Because if you knew the firearms, I say 25, 30 years ago, basically Glock was like up here and that was it. I mean, you know, you had HK and other stuff. What I mean is the field of firearms wasn't like it is now. As somebody said in GunTube, this is like the golden age. You can buy a fucking $300 gun and it'll never jam on you. That used to be unheard of, man. That used to be like, you're buying a $300 gun. That's why a lot of us that's been around firearms our whole lives, when we first started seeing these cheaper firearms, we were kind of skeptical about them if they wasn't revolvers. We was like, oh, 25, 30 years ago, Taurus would have never been able to sell that G2 and G3. People would have been too afraid to buy them because of the price. Now, because we've made it cool that you can have, yep. Now that we've made it cool that you can have something else besides a Glock, more and more companies started saying, okay, well, let's put something out there that's quality, that's not going to jam on these people, and see if they'll buy it. And I'll tell you, with GunTube, you know, a lot of us don't have firearm sponsorships and all that, and that's fine. Yeah, you're right about that. Even 10 years ago. So, not only would, and when I say GunTube, that includes the people that follow the channels. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. We would be just a bunch of loudmouth people. Society would say we a bunch of loudmouth fools running around talking about guns and we don't know what we're talking about. Just the interactions, because believe me, these gun companies, they come on these channels, they go in the comment sections, they read. As more and more people started buying stuff, message retracted. Oh, okay. I didn't retract nothing, just so you guys know. Now we've made it cool for people to say, hey, I got a Taurus G2 on me. Hey, I got it. Man, I'll tell you what. Of all the firearms I own, that gun has surprised me more than any gun I've ever bought. That Taurus G2. I didn't buy it right away because I still had that. Okay. At first, I wasn't gonna buy that gun. I was like, I ain't buying no damn $200 and something damn Taurus, man. They can keep that shit. I ain't buying that fucking shit. And this was long before I started any gun tubing. I kept seeing people with nice size collections saying, this is the gun I carry with me everywhere. Not go anywhere, I got this thing on me. I don't care if I got something better. It's in my pocket, it's somewhere within my reach. I kept hearing about this G2 and this G2, and I was like, one day I said, I'm gonna get one. And then I was like, nah, I'm buying that shit. And a cousin of mine, actually it was a donation to me for my birthday. It was a birthday gift. He said, I'm gonna get you one of these. He bought me that G2, and I'll tell you, the only issue I've ever had with that firearm, you guys and girls seen it. I wasn't able to pull the trigger with those big bulky gloves on. Not that maybe that something was wrong with the gun, maybe it was just me. But as far as reliability, I gotta say, I have not had a jam. And everybody that comments to me about that firearm always tell me, you can't go wrong with one. Canik. For those of you who knew the firearms, y'all might not understand. Glock never gave you much with your gun, but they was the king of firearms. They didn't have much competition. I first heard about Canik on GunTube some years back, and I asked the guy I work with that was into firearms, what do you know about Canik? And he talked about it and talked about it. I said, I keep hearing about these damn Caniks. I keep hearing about these damn Caniks. I decided to go ahead and buy one, and I'll tell you, if you've never shot a Canik, you don't know what you're missing. And for a gun to be as put together, I'm not talking about it like it's a Nighthawk or Wilson Combat and none of that. But for that gun to be put together and as dependable as it is, and you get the brushes, you get the back straps, you get the holsters, and depending on which model you get, it's optic ready. Some of them you have to put the plate on, but they give you the plate. You don't have to go buy a plate. Man, that was unheard of 10, 15, 20 years ago, man. You had to buy all that shit separate. Now you got IWI, the Masada. That's a sub 500 gun. CZ, was the PZ, was the P10 series, something like that. You got a lot of firearm companies now that's giving you real good quality firearms that's not costing you an arm and a leg. And it's getting to the point now where you can almost on the street resell a lot of these firearms for what you paid for them, at least, because they've gotten that good and what have you. So the price, I think, is driving the addiction for a lot of us. I can go get me a reliable firearm for $300, $400. That's an impulse buy and don't want to get rid of it. Back in the days, man, people, let me just dabble into this for a minute. People in the streets would trade so many different guns around because the quality wasn't that good. It was very hard to buy a Glock in the street back in the days. You might have got you a Ruger. Other than that, wasn't nobody trying to come off Glock and Ruger and Smith & Wesson like that in the street. I'm just talking about strictly in the street. Because, you know, basically them was the three names and some of the Tarzans that you could depend on. Shit, now, all this shit floating around. And I'll tell you, while it's on my mind, Palmetto State Armory. When I first heard of PSA, I went online and looked at their prices. I said, yeah, I ain't buying that fucking shit. Then I started saying to myself, I got curious. Well, I wonder, is it any good? I wonder, am I judging a book by its cover? And I started seeing more and more gun tubers. More and more people talk about PSA, Palmetto State Armory, Palmetto State Armory. You guys know, when it comes to American-made stuff, a lot of us Americans are very hard on made in the USA stuff. We have to give it a double and a triple look. Okay. 3 to 350 for them police trade Glocks. I guess I've just never been lucky enough to walk in and get one. But Palmetto State Armory, you guys know I told y'all a story about how I basically destroyed my damn AK and I had to hybrid it. I'm very surprised, and I'm almost sold on PSA. Is it Eva? Yep. Is it Eva? I forget her last name. That always hit me in the comment section and tell me to get the PSA Rock. Man, I've heard nothing but good things about Palmetto State Armory, those handguns. The PSA Rock and what's this other one? Somebody help me out in the chat. The 9mm that's somewhat like the Glock 19, I think. Is it the Dagger? Yeah, I think it's the Dagger. The Dagger. Okay, police trades mostly 40. Okay. Okay, yeah, the dagger. The dagger. Yeah, I hear a lot about those, man. I really hear a lot about them. And like I said, I'm going through some legal stuff right now as far as with this channel and making sure I protect my intellectual properties. I told you guys and girls, just bear with me. I bought some mugs and some stuff for the giveaways, and we are going to be doing some giveaways. Please just bear with me. I promise I'm gonna get everything caught up. I'm just trying to get my ducks in a row. Now, as far as that comment I saw about PSA daggers taking switches is nice. Action Jackson, man, shout out to you in the state of Michigan, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, you guys and girls inspire me to keep going. This YouTube thing, at first, on my last channel, I took it a little serious. When I started this channel, I kind of took it as a joke and then started taking it serious. But you know what? I think we have really good discussions here. I know it may not always be glitz and glamour, but I always think about this. The youth. I always think about the youth and people that's new to firearms besides those of us that already know. And I always want them to understand there's more to a firearm than going buy one and going out in the street and shooting somebody. Knowing get your permits, knowing what caliber firearm, what manufacturer, is it something you can handle? Yeah, stop with the switches. That's why the Democrats are against too. Yeah, I'm you know. Yep, yeah, and that's why I preach about the laws, because it was Dr. T who told me that in New Jersey, hollow points was illegal. Stuff like that. You know what? Eyes and Ears Tactical bought that, put that blade on his channel, and I tell you what, it started a frenzy. It has started a frenzy. I think, let me say this. Shout out to the gun manufacturers out there. I think we got to give them some love too. Because you know what? A lot of these companies are starting to look at the customers and give us more of what we want and give us a reason to shop with them. Shout out to them. I think we starting to get a lot of quality firearms out here, and you don't have to break the bank getting them. So shout out to them, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, knowing the law, just something as simple as that. Having hollow points in New Jersey is illegal. That's the type of stuff you need to know. Unfortunately, we got states' rights, so you need to know when you traveling what is legal and what state you going to. California is especially hard for visitors. You never know who's gonna stop you in California, and well, you know how law enforcement is out there. But that is a place I am very, very weary of. I'm very careful about what I do in California, just because I still don't have a grasp of all of the laws that is for outsiders. Yeah, you're right. You know, if something happens and I'm out in public and somebody needs to defend themselves, I want them to be able to defend themselves, but I don't want to catch a stray in the process. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would love for people to get legally armed and do it the right way. Bear Creek Arsenal? Okay. Yeah, I hear that too. Yeah, Bear Creek Arsenal. Yeah, you're right. California is always a gray area. Anywhere you go is a gray area. But Bear Creek Arsenal, Yeah, I hear a lot about that too. I mean, it's just so much, I don't want to say competition. It's just so much to choose from now. It's like now, if you're a person that get addicted to firearms, you can. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, Joe Gilbert. As a matter of fact, thanks to everybody for checking in. We got 24 people in here. Let's get the likes up. Shout out to Eyes and Ears Tactical because he had something come up, and you know, we are gonna work on getting him up here because you know he's in my home state of Louisiana now. He's from California. I'm gonna ask him some of them questions. And by the way, since I'm talking about that, let me just go ahead and clarify the interviews on the Alert Zone TV. The interviews are not gonna be just entertainment. They're gonna be informative. I told you guys and girls, my plan is to bring people on from not only around the country, but around the world, but especially around the country that practice the Second Amendment, so we can hear it from people on the ground instead of just reading the headline in the clip and taking it and running with it. So I love having people on the ground. That's why I say I'm gonna start doing more live streams, because I see people tune in more and they comment more on the live stream. So I'm not above learning. I'm still learning from y'all. Yep, worldwide move. Oh. So worldwide movement, definitely. So like I say, you know, so when we bring people on, we're gonna ask them a bunch of different questions. I'm still getting acquainted with StreamYard, and I'll be asking the guests. Yeah, thank you, Action. Appreciate that. I'll be asking the guests if they're okay with bringing some of y'all on, if y'all want to ask them a question. I'm definitely gonna do more interacting with the audience, with the citizens, because without y'all, I'm just a loudmouth guy that's on YouTube screaming and shouting like a maniac about firearms. But like I was saying, just having a choice. Think about it. The gun addiction has become sustainable because everything is so reasonably priced that you can become addicted to firearms and then don't have to turn around and sell them because you went broke. If you would have done this 25 years ago, people was always pawning guns because they were so expensive. So it was like, I have to sell this gun and put some money with it to get that one. It's not like that now. Now, shoot, you can take $1,000, you can go in a gun store, and you can buy 3 or 4 firearms depending on what you get, and a little bit of ammunition, and you don't want to get rid of none of them. It didn't used to be like that. And I love it like that. While I'm here, the ladies, I want y'all to understand something. I'm gonna put together some live streams because I'm gonna bring some women content creators on here also. But I'm gonna also have y'all come up in some shows that's dedicated to women. If y'all don't mind coming on, because I want y'all to understand this is a worldwide movement and everybody is included. And I want women to understand there's no such thing as a female gun. If you can shoot it, if you feel comfortable with it, buy it and carry it. You got all kinds of women out here doing that. What's the best Glock clone you've seen? You know what? So I have the Smith & Wesson SD9, which I know is a Glock clone. And I have the RXM. If I had to choose out of them two, I'll tell you right now, I'm taking that RXM all day long. That Ruger just come out. As far as the 9mm, now the rest of them, I'm not 100% sure. I know the Dagger, I think, is supposed to be like a Glock clone. Zev Tech is the best. Okay. You know what? Since you brought that up, I'm not real familiar with. You know what, Joe Gilbert? I'm gonna be honest with you. That RXM, and maybe it's just me, I really love my RXM. Trench Grenade just did a burn down on that. Okay. ZevTech. Can somebody answer me this in the comment section? ZevTech and Shadow Systems. I don't know a lot about those two firearms. I think I've heard of ZevTech. I've heard of Shadow Systems, but I don't know nothing about it. Is that like Glock based or like Glock-ish or what? Because I don't know a lot about them. I've seen that Shadow System, it's a CR920 or something like that. It's one of them ones they got that's real popular. But I've always been kind of iffy about buying it because it was damn $900, and I was like, well, I won't buy a $900 damn gun that I don't like. Okay, so they all Glock clones. You know what? Okay. Better Gucci Glock clone, okay? The RXM, well, what I like about it is, for me, I got small hands. I'm a short guy, and in case you guys don't know, I'm only 5'4", so I'm a short guy. All right, Mass Blast 23, I got you. I just wanted to shout you out. I saw you. I'm a short fella, so for me, I got little hands. That RXM fits me perfect, and it doesn't give me that Glock knuckle. I've heard about that Glock knuckle, and like I said, I've seen several people that got permanent calluses from there, but they said that's all they'll ever buy is a Glock. I was very impressed with it. It come optic ready, and I direct mounted a optic right to it. The Crimson Trace CTS 15. I mounted it right there to it, and I just haven't had a chance to go back out and zero it in because it's been so cold. Okay. Yeah, Shadow Systems, like I said, I didn't know a lot about them. I would see these ZevTechs and stuff, and now one thing I will say about Glock has inspired a lot of people, and there's a lot of clones out here, but I think they're good ones. I think everybody has decided we'll clone the Glocks. We'll just make them just as good, if not better, to an extent, and just make them cheaper. Now, I know Glock is for you young people who might not know this. This is my saying about Glock. Glock is like a Tonka truck. They all look alike. They all fucking ugly. All they do is work. I'm 45, you guys know I have no shame in my age. Back in the days, you can go in a project on the 3rd, 4th floor and take your damn steel Tonka truck and throw it off the banister and go get it and roll it. Yep. Yeah, I mean, and that's all a Tonka truck was. They all fucking look alike. Nothing spectacular about them, but they were just dependable. You can push them jokers, you can leave them outside, you can push them through the flood waters when it will flood in New Orleans, you can put them in the mud, you can put them in the sand, and they just work. That's all they do. And Glock is like that. I will say that about Glock. All Glock do is work. Period. Point. I'll give it up. I won't ever tell that lie. I'm not a Glock fanboy. I'm not a Glock hater. I'm just not a Glock fanboy. But I'll tell you this. I trust my life with it. I'll tell you that. When it comes down to it, just about everybody that has a GunTube channel, when they talk about they shit hit the fan, or the gun they got, if they had to grab a gun and go, they always talk about that Glock 19 or that 17. I'll give it that. And that's why eventually I'm going to go ahead on and probably get me a 17. I just like full size. But eventually I'm going to get me a 17 for that purpose. I might do the MOS so I can put a dot on it. You guys and girls saw me do the video of the Glock 19 MOS with one of the citizens from Marshalltown. By the way, shout out to you and your brother if y'all see this. Okay, our old school 23. That's the 40. It's Action Jackson. Is the 40? Is that the 23? The Glock 23, is that the 40 or what caliber is that? Because I don't want to pretend like I know. Or is that the 10 millimeter? It's a 40. Okay, because the 23, if I'm correct, when law enforcement went to the 40, the Glock 23 was the 40 they went to, right? Okay. Yeah, you're right about that old 38. You know what? Speaking of 38, we used to talk about in school, I'm going to be honest, I could never convince my mama to get a damn gun when I was a kid coming up. So I went and got one out in the street. I remember I used to be making fun of my classmates. 23 and okay. And we used to talk about that old rusted. I remember I had a classmate of mine. I used to tell him, yeah, y'all got that little pea shooter 22. He used to say, no, we got that rusted 38 up in there. That's what we got. I put that rusted 38 on your ass, it won't jam. So definitely, the 38 revolver was like the Glock of his day. Don't matter what happened to it, it'd be beat up. It just shot. Period, point blank. But yeah, okay, so the Glock 19 and the 23 is the same size. All right, yeah. I appreciate you guys and girls for rocking with me and answering some of these questions, because some of this stuff I don't know. But yeah, like I was saying, back to the original title, I'm at the addiction stage, and I can tell you, with being in the golden age of firearms, it's hard to go into the collector stage where I just buy stuff just because I want to put it on the wall or just collect. 22 Ruger, okay, your most carry is a 9-shot 22. Okay, revolver, yep. I just feel like because there's so many good firearms coming out, it's hard for me to get to the stage where I'm only gonna buy a firearm if it's something on this list that I done made of arms that I have to have. And more than likely, it'll be something that they don't sell anymore. I haven't made it to that stage, and I've been trying to get there, but I'm at that addiction stage right now. 9-shot 22 Ruger, okay. At the end of the day, it's what makes you safe and what makes you comfortable. You guys know, for the most part, because I haven't put the optic on it, I still carry my 380. Yeah, you're right, there's so much candy out here. I mean, it's like, you want to not buy nothing? I've told myself several times, look, I done bought all the guns I need. I'm only going to buy the guns that I want. I'm not going to do no more impulse buying. I'm not going to buy something because it's the newest trend or it's been so raved about I just got to have one. I'm going to go and look for this particular firearm, and if they don't have it, I'm going to leave. It's hard to do that now. It is very hard to do that. Because it's just, you go in the store and it's just so much just jumping out at you. And if you have a good salesperson that knows about firearms, just having a conversation with them, the next thing you know, they don't trick you into buying something. They see you addicted and they just help you feel your addiction for the minute. They give you your fix. Next thing you done know, you done walked out of there. I was talking to a guy at Mills Fleet Farm in Ankeny, Iowa. And I was telling him that I was upgrading from the, I had upgraded from the PK 380 to the Springfield Echelon as my EDC. And he asked me why. I said, well, I would rather carry 380. I said, it's just, there ain't nothing that's double stacked that's giving me what I really want. That LCP, I just don't want nothing that little. And he said, well, what about the Security 380? I said, what about it? He said, you tried that? Man, he put that damn Security 380 in my hand. I had to get out the damn store. I said, man, let me get my ass out of here before I buy this damn gun. You know what? You might have not bought none in 20 years. I'm going to tell you. The majority of the dependable firearms are not as expensive as they used to be. Believe it or not. But yeah, about that 380, I said, man, let me get my ass out of here. Then he let me hold the Smith & Wesson M&P, the 5.7, the slender. Man, I better get out of here. I better get the hell out of this damn store before I spend some damn money I ain't planning on spending. I had to get out of the damn store. It's just that bad that sometime, once in a while, you get that tap on the shoulder, that conscience say, nah, you didn't come in here to buy nothing. Leave it and get out. So I went ahead on it and I got out of there. I ain't stopped thinking about it though. It's still on my mind. Yeah, it's definitely still on my mind. So, you know, like I said, the addiction is real. You have people that have collections that's off the chain because they got rare firearms or rare colors, or they got a 1 of 200 or something like that. It takes a while to get to that status, especially if you're not disciplined enough to just stay out the damn gun store. My problem is, if I go in a store that I know they sell firearms, I'm gonna make my way there. If I go to Shields in Des Moines, I can be walking through Jordan Creek Mall. If I go to Shields, I'm going straight to the firearms in there. Then I have to wrestle myself away from buying something. If I go in Bass Pro Shop, I can go in there for some fishing stuff or whatever. I'll wind up in the back by the damn guns. Everybody that goes in the sporting goods store with me know where to find me. Oh yeah, he going by the damn guns. So it's just like that. That's when you know you at that addiction status. So it's about a 45 minutes to an hour ride to the Bass Pro Shop from where I live. And like I said, I could be going for something in particular. Next thing you know, I'll wind up in the back of the goddamn store looking at guns and be like, oh, I didn't come in here for this. Let me get out of here before I wind up buying something I don't need. And then you start telling yourself, well, ain't no such thing as something you don't need because that's what you work for. You know what I'm saying? So this gun addiction is real. Some people got it worse than others. Okay. Yeah, see, now maybe my children or my grandchildren might be like, well, what the fuck I'm gonna go buy guns for when my granddaddy done bought so many, or my daddy done bought so many and he just handing them down to us. But yeah, you know, I find myself when I go into gun shows and stuff, the stuff that's really collectible, a lot of times I just walk fucking right by them. Because I be so busy looking at all this new stuff jumping out, you know. And now the stuff that I really want is getting harder and harder to find, you know. So, like, the Taurus Bull, as I told you guys, Raging Bull, I would love the 6-inch, 6.5-inch barrel, or even maybe the 8. And I got the 5, and I decided I wasn't going to pass up on it because I hadn't seen one for sale in a while. Just stuff like that. If you see something you want, get it. Don't think about it. If you got the money, it's not gonna hurt you, get it. Because sometimes you'll regret not getting that firearm, you know. Like I said, there's several firearms that I regretted not getting it. Now I see the price and I say, to hell with them. I ain't going to get it now. Now I got to wait to see if somebody going to sell one. No, that Raging Bull is the 454. I got the 454. I had saw like a hunting channel or something, and a guy was showing one. He had the 8-inch barrel, and he was saying, you don't buy this for self-defense. You buy this strictly to hunt or strictly just to collect. You don't need to carry this thing around. And after I shot the first shot out of it, I said, yeah, I gotta go buy me a damn bipod, a tripod to put it on. So yeah, it's the 454 Kazoo, you know. Yeah, we've been on for about an hour. I'm not gonna hold you guys and girls because I know everybody still got to get up and go to work. I really appreciate everybody that stopped through and showed love. All right, William, shout out to you. I really appreciate just the interaction. And as I said, I'm going to start doing more and more of these live streams. I'm going to try and at least live stream twice a week if I can. I'm going to try and get an interview every week. Sometime if I can get some of the people to come on back to back, I'll do that. I'm going to try and get some small gun tubers on here. I'm going to try and get some more large gun tubers. I'm definitely working on, like I said, learning this StreamYard. Y'all bear with me. I appreciate y'all. I love every single one of y'all. I'm going to work on learning how to set StreamYard up so I can bring you guys and girls in so we can just have general chats, so just not only about firearms, but about anything. Because I really enjoy this. This is like almost therapeutic for me. Just have these conversations because I'm learning so much. I'm learning why different people buy different guns, you know, about the inherited. I'm just learning so much, and I'm trying to share what I know because I'm pretty sure somebody can pick up something nutritious from me, and that's what I want this program and this channel to always be. Even when we have fun, I still want it to be nutritious. I might do something wrong that you might correct me, or you might go back and say, hey, Unc, you was wrong about this or that, and we both learned something from it. So I'm definitely going to keep this as a raw and uncut channel, unedited videos. We're going to do more live streams. We definitely going to do interviews, and we're going to stay nutritious because you know what? This nutritious content is going to keep a lot of people out of jail on them stupid technicalities they get you on, and it's going to keep a lot of people safe. So shout out to everybody for checking in. This has been Incense and Common Sense, the live stream that we do on here in the Alert Zone TV. As you guys and girls can see, the incense is burnt out. The incinerator is closed for the night. Until next time, stay safe, stay armed, stay on high alert. We out.